recording for YouTube. Going to be playing this Mono-Green Stompy deck that's been going around a lot. Makes fast Gouters, seems kind of gross. Hopefully it's a better Llanowar Elves deck than what we were just playing previously. This hand's okay. We can make 3-4 on turn 2 off our Llanowar Elf. We just need to draw like one more piece of like mid-game before the Sky Sovereign. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if the red-green deck just wanted to be playing Servant of the Conduit instead. Just to like... Ooh, that's a great draw. Just play Servant of the Conduit so you can consistently ramp into your Phoenixes and Glorybringers, maybe? Alright, it's a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Yes, I am swinging into it and then casting my Rampager. Wizard needs to give us 8 elves. Can we have Elvish Mystic in Magic 25? I would be very down with that. Okay, taking 2. That is fine. Comes the Champion of Wits, which we can trade with our Scrounger. But we've got this Llanowar Elves in the yard, so I'd be kind of fine with that. Noble Hierarch. That one seems not terribly likely, sadly. Alright, hit for 6. Awesome, this is great for us. Wonder if I'm just meant to bring this back now. They probably don't play Scavenger Grounds, main deck. Should probably just pass the turn. This is fairly obvious I'm bringing this back. Unlike a Chupacabra would want to kill this anyway. So maybe it's kind of irrelevant when I do it. Wizards needs to unban Attune and Rogue Refiner. I mean, I'd be down with that. I imagine literally everyone else would disapprove, but I would be down with winning matches of Standard again. Ooh, get to save my green belt Rampager. This is great. We're going to cast Sky Sovereign next turn too. I am so into everything that is happening right now. I'm not going to play this because they've got a Field of Ruin in play. Am I attacking with both my critters? I could just blow this up and push 6 damage, put them to 7. Obviously this Glint Sleeve Siphon is more exciting to blow up though. But I think pushing damage makes a lot of sense. Like not letting them trade with my Scrounger. Trading with my Scrounger is one of the ways they like stop us being able to accrue the Sky Sovereign. I think it would still probably be better than the current decks, Temur Energy, but it definitely isn't as clear cut as it was, for sure. Yes, I'm just casting this and going for lethal. If they have another cast down, it doesn't even kill Sky Sovereign anyway. Yep. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Card advantage is the number of cards left in your opponent's hand when you kill them. Seems like the right approach to this deck, at least. No. Okay, deal. Deal. Sure. Go to 1. I'm still just gonna hold this in hand. I'm not exposing it to the Field of Ruin. In that case, we haven't been able to evaluate that today. Yep. So we're against blue-black mid-range. I assume Bestiary is actually absurd against them. Hour of Glory is pretty good against Scarab God. I almost just want everything. The Thrashing Brontodon's pretty unexciting here, I think. Nissa could be decent. Vraska seems good. Harvesters seem unexciting. So we definitely want these Bestiaries 100%. And then it's like, what mix of this stuff do we want? No, Cambo! That's so heartbreaking. I kind of want to take out Gouter against the Chupacabra Vraska's Contempt deck that's going to be killing all our small threats. This seems really unexciting against their deck. It gives us room for this stuff. I can cut one more thing. Wait, no, we're at 60 now. I don't know how I feel about Nissa, especially on the draw. I worry that Nissa could be a bit hard to protect against some of their draws. I think Sky Sovereign's pretty amazing. Like, basically everything in their deck dies to it. Blossoming Defense seems amazing. I think on the play I might bring in Nissa. On the draw, I think I'm just going to leave her in the sideboard. Against their deck. They're actually able to pressure Planeswalkers okay. With like the Menace on Siphoner and such. Hey, this hand's nice. Got our Servant on 2 to help us ramp. Not really ramping into much, mind, but got like a Ronus. Just gonna do some nice stuff. The Servant is probably quite dead though, in the face of their 2 mana. Ooh. What am I doing here? I kind of want to just play Ronus, but Impulse plus Servant's also fine. I think I'm just going to play Ronus. If they have a counterspell up, it's kind of brutal. But if they're just holding up removal, this doesn't die to removal. I guess we're fine with them using removal on our Servant is the thing. I really don't want to get this countered. Fine. I'm just gonna play the Servant on the Impulse. I don't want to get my one big threat in my hand countered. I don't think. Oh well, Scrap Heap's a great find. That is an awesome one. See you soon, Phil. Okay, now what are we doing? We're probably playing 3-drop plus Scrounger. I guess, It's kind of interesting. I'm going to lead with the Scrounger and then cast the Ronus, I think. And then just pass the turn. This is probably getting countered. But that's fine. If it gets contempted, then like at least our Scrounger isn't getting contempted. We already have a body in the yard for the Scrounger. I am so excited. First time Hour of Glorying a Scarab God in my life. New. They have Champion of Wits, Field of Ruin. So we got punished for playing out the Hashep Oasis. That's fine. They don't really have much going on, and we've got a Scrounger beating in. Obviously, the champions are going to get to trade off, and then they're going to be able to eternalize the champion next turn, which is a bit brutal. So I guess I'm just swinging with the team and casting my garbage, right? Yes, that's what I'm doing. Is there an argument to casting this stuff pre-combat to play around a Syncopate? Probably not. Are we just meant to do this now? Just swing in? Mm-hmm. Right. So, if they block Scrounger, they take 3. No, they're blocking this because this can't recur. So they go to 13. We're gonna dump so many stat points in play though this turn. Hopefully they don't have a Fatal Push for our Steel Leaf champion. If they don't, we're in a really good position, I think. No, there's no Khans in this list, sadly. Oof. They had the push. So that's going to make this game a bit tougher, I think. And they had a Scarab God too. Yeah. Scarab God is quite strong. I guess I'm just hitting my opponent for 7 this turn. And then if I draw a Ballista, they die next turn. I don't know if there should be Khans in this deck. Khan is quite good, but I'm not convinced it like beats down in the way that this deck wants to beat down. I do know some of the lists are on Khans though, so I could see like a case being made for it. Obviously the downside to just cracking Oasis like that is we don't get to like save it as a surprise, so they know they're on 3 less life than they would be otherwise. But the upside is now we just kill them if we draw a Ballista and they don't have an answer to the heart. See ya, Hogpog. Have a nice day. Right, if they have a Fatal Push, probably super dead, but we have to go for it, right? I assume, I don't know. It's weird that they didn't attack the Scarab God to me, I guess. Might indicate that they have a Fatal Push because they feel safe enough. I feel like they should be trying to race us, as things are. And we got our Steel Leaf down. It's not really doing anything in the face of all these 4/4s. We just need them to not have removal for a heart, basically. It's possible they drew a Vraska's Contempt off the champion, in which case they wouldn't have had mana for it last turn and they would have mana for it this turn. Moment of Craving is on top. And they left it on top. Okay. That's the best possible draw. Not close. I think that is the best possible draw by a wide margin. Awesome. So they're just like super dead to this. Hey Pro Midnight. I don't actually know who you are based on your username. But I assume that it was really nice seeing you again. Oh, yeah. Like, well done on the top 8. That's so sick. Top 8ing a GP like that. Oh my god, Luke's here as well. This is just like the GP top 8 all in chat, basically. Yeah, it's so sick. Well done. I hope one day I will manage to do that, but alright. So we'll go first. Whew. Turn 1 elf, turn 2 champion. This is like what you play the deck for, right? It's like clearly what you sign up for. I wonder if we went to lead with Ronas into champion. Hey, Alessia, you have one of the top 8 stories of the weekend. I think that's fair to say. With the Lich's Mastery. I couldn't stop telling the Lich's Mastery story to people. It was like way too perfect. I'm gonna lead with Ronas and go Ronas into champion. Since Ronas doesn't... They have a cast down, they get to stop this attacking anyway. That's fair, Luke. Let's hear the Lich's Mastery story. Okay. So. Alessia sits down opposite their opponent. Their opponent, some point in this game of Legacy, sacks their Academy Rector to, a Cabal Therapy. Which, you know, pretty standard stuff. And goes and finds a Lich's Mastery of all things. And then the opponent proceeds to go play Zuran Orb, sack like my 4 lands, draw 8 cards, exile an Autochron Worm to this Nourishing Shoal, draw like 16 cards or 15 cards or whatever, and just like combos off of the Lich's Mastery on the spot to kill Alessia like right there and then. This was in the 1 in 3 bracket, mind. So it's not like... it's not like the Lich's Mastery deck was winning that much, but it got to 2 in 3. Sickening Dreams is the kill. Oh my god. I'm so excited for the Sky Sovereign. The Sky Sovereign is going to be the thing dreams are made of. How does anyone beat this draw? How does any, like, mid-range deck beat this draw? Please don't counter it. Okay, cool. Means we don't get to attack, but we do get to bolt their thing, and they can never play another creature for the rest of the game without it getting killed, so there's that. Alright, let's cast our Brunt. Attack for 1 billion. Oh my god, this draw is like just absurd. Oh wow, Tendrils decks you with Lich's Mastery, that's adorable. What the hell are we against? We're against like Bug mid-range. I assume this is just another Scarab God deck, right? And we board exactly the same. Just board the same against the Scarab God decks. We're taking out the Brontodons. Bringing in this garbage. Hey, this league's off to a decent start. This is, so far, Mono-Green, confirmed strictly better than Red-Green. Oh, they can't lose? That's a point. So you don't actually die to decking yourself. Good point, well presented. That's not the worst draw in the world. I could get an energy stored up with the Rampager. I kind of want to Adventurous Impulse though, just to make sure I don't miss the land drop this game. I want to be able to cast like Steel Leaf on free. Okay, put some non-lands to the bottom. That's basically what we needed to do anyway. Oh, I didn't realize that, Alesha. I didn't realize they had Nefarious Lich. So, let's just cast our Servant here. Next turn we can cast Steel Leaf and recoup an energy with our Rampager. This is a scary one. Oh, they're just desperately digging for lands. That makes sense. That's a pretty good draw too. So, we get to cast our massive 5/4 and cast the Llanowar Elf. They found their land drop they were looking for. Sadly, the Jade Light Ranger trades with our Steel Leaf. Vraska is an unrealistic draw. We need one more land for her. Once she hits, though, gonna do some work. Like, I can use the Blossoming Defense to push through the 5/4. If they have a cast down though, things get really gross for us. I don't really want to spend my Hour of Glory on a Jade Light Ranger either. Not really sure what to do here. I guess I could just go Rampager plus Blister on 1 and pass the turn. I guess casting Rampager to gain an energy is strictly worse than just leaving Servant up, right? So I just cast Ballista on 2 and pass. I don't actually know when my bronze disappears, Phil. I'm hoping never, but hey, we'll find out, right? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cast Ballista on 2 and pass the turn here. Not too interested in trading the Steel Leaf for the Jade Light, and especially since Steel Leaf like protects Vraska fairly well, and I don't want to like aggressively Blossoming Defense to push it through when my opponent has so much mana up, because I think that's just asking for trouble. What is this? Gonti. Jeez, that's a good one. Okay. Gonti resolves. Gonti can't block Steel Leaf Champion, of note. Land. Oh yeah. Alright, alright. Vraska time? I think it's Vraska time. I think I'm minusing on Jade Light, swinging for 5. And then my Ballista should be able to protect Vraska. I could just plus, but if they have a Contempt, that gets really sad for me. I could also minus and just, like, hold back the Steel Leaf. That's also an option. I have to be wary of, like, Chupacabra and Ballista. I assume they're just on black-green. I just don't want to, like, just plus my Vraska and then get her contempted, you know? I feel like that would be a pretty sad exchange. Whereas, like, if we minus her and she gets, like, taken down by a Ballista or something like that, at least we're still, like, meaningfully affecting the battlefield in a nice way. And we've got, like, Blossoming Defense up, so we aren't really worried about Chupacabra. I could probably attack for 5 here as well. We're not... I guess I'd probably trade this for the Gonti if they attacked, just to keep Vraska on high loyalty. I'd probably do that. It's like, obviously, kind of a trade down, but fine. I'm just going to pass the turn. Oh, Reduke has a video of the red-green deck? I did not realise that. Is this the Scarab God time? No, it's a Ballista, the way my opponent's tapping, I think. Oh, it's a Skyboat, huh. It was bad for him too? Okay. Glad to know I'm not alone. Stealing the Skyboat off us is so good for them. We lose our Vraska. We missed out on 5 damage last turn, this means. I wasn't thinking of Skyboat for obvious reasons. It's really awkward too. They clearly have Scarab God in their deck since now we've seen round Catacomb. They most likely do. And but we probably have to Hour of Glory the Skyboat, right? And just hope they don't have a Scarab God because we can't really beat the Skyboat. Yeah, that's about about how I would expect Galta to go for that deck, Heather, based on my brief experience with that deck. It does seem very weak to a Galta. So probably the swing of Steel Leaf here, I think. Like, if I trade with swing with like one of the 2/2s, I have to like Blossoming Defense it to push it through the Gonti. Not really in love with that. And I've got like a Blister on board that's not far off killing the Gonti anyway. So swinging for 5 here seems good. If they ever crew the Sky Sovereign, we get to Hour it. And whilst they're not crewing the Sky Sovereign, we get to tick up our Ballista, which is pretty decent. Just pass the turn here. Please no Scarab God. As long as they don't find a Scarab God, I think we're kind of in a decent position. But as soon as they find another threat that we need to Hour of Glory, things get really tough. Because we really need to Hour of Glory that's the Skyboat. Otherwise we're going to lose to it. That can kill our Ballista. Potentially. If they go to kill our Ballista, we still get to take out their Branch Walker though, which is nice. So it's not too worrying. Awesome, they're animating the Skyboat, so we just get to cleanly use our mana to take it out, which is really good for us. Hope they don't have a counterspell here. Great. Oh wow. That's pretty amazing. Can now kill the Gonti really easily. I wonder if I just attack with this. If I just attack with the Steel Leaf, they probably block with Brontodon. And go to kill the Ballista. We get to tick up Ballista, kill Gonti. Then like cast the Rampager post combat. Sure. I will attack with my 5/4 here. The fact that this doesn't get blocked by Gonti is kind of brutal. Didn't really consider that when looking at Steel Leaf Champion. But Gonti's like always one of the best cards against these sort of green mid-range decks. Yep, they're blocking. They're gonna sack, targeting the Ballista. Not really interested in using up my Blossoming Defense here. I think I'm just going to pump up the Ballista and kill the Gonti with the Ballista. The other option is I can just deal 2 to the Gonti And then post-combat, I can play a 3/3 Ballista. That's probably better. Just like gives me more of a board presence, right? That's probably better. So we deal 1 and 2. And we move to post-combat. Cast this. Immediately snipe down the Gonti. If they ever go to kill this Ballista, we take care of the Branch Walker, which is really nice. Means we just have like a mini Flame Tongue Kavu set up against removal. I feel like we're in a pretty good position right now. The Walking Ballista's doing a lot of work. This 5/4's been really, really impressive as well. That's sad to hear, Phil. I know the Blue Moon lists I've always liked have like a couple Worm Coil engines in the 75 to beat mid-range decks. I always thought that was like a really cool idea. Get paired against Jund and just have like a Worm Coil as the top end in your control deck. What are they casting? Oh, Vraska's Contempt take down our Steel Leaf. I am going to Blossoming Defense that. That is a thing I care about. I'm going to use up my energy, I think. And we get to keep our 5/4, which is awesome. You are used to crushing mid-range. Flinging mountains at people, as it happens, crushes mid-range quite effectively. So I can pump up Ballista, kill the Branch Walker. I think I'm kind of into that idea. Some point we will cast this stupid elephant that's been in our hand all game. At some point. Probably gonna sack. Since we're not holding up Blossoming Defense anymore, I might just cast the elephant this turn. We miss out on the damage, but we get a 3/4 in play. Cool. I'm a bit nervous about enabling Fatal Push, I guess. That's kind of sad that killing this enables Fatal Push. It's not much I can... Like, I could just attack the Steel Leaf. I want to attack my 2/2 as well. So I think I'm still going to do this. I think this is fine. Fatal Push will do something at some point soon anyway. We get to hit them for 8, which is awesome. Go, go, elephant. That seems awful, Phil, facing those 3 matchups. First time on Titan Shift. I think Burn's like kind of winnable if you draw decently and have like the right sideboard, but the other two are so miserable. 2040, this is the exact opposite experience of what we had with the red-green deck. Red-green deck on the 0306. Now a 2040 with mono-green. Clearly Steel Leaf Champion is just the truth. Clearly. This deck has actually felt surprisingly able to grind so far between like Scrounger, Ronas, Sky Sovereign, Ballista. You actually have a fair amount of long game, which is really nice in your aggro deck. Sky Sovereigns have been amazing too so far. Just like crushing against all these mid-range decks that we're facing. I want to face Black Red at some point, see what that matchup's like. This has to be a mole. Nothing on turns 1 or 2. Obviously Ronas leads to a fast Gouter, but I think this is a mulligan. Okay. I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope my opponent is not on a red deck or a Ballista deck or a Fumigate deck. Fumigate deck also qualifies. What do I think about cutting the 2 impulses for the 2 Khans? Unsure. The impulses have been like fine if unexciting so far. Not really sure how to feel about them. It is nice that they like smooth out your draws. I could see almost wanting another land if you were to cut the impulses. This isn't blue-white. I am allowed to play other decks very occasionally. We were hoping pretty much, Shippy. Pretty much. That is what we were hoping. Syncopate. I'll disallow. Sure. Don't know that our army of 1/1s is going to beat blue-white control. That seems like a very accurate statement, Chantal. That does seem like a quite accurate statement. I don't even know what we're meant to do here. I don't think we can win this game. Ever. I probably swing with all 3 elves. If they want to settle my 3 1/1s, so be it. Ignore the somewhat crappy sequencing of showing them the elephant before I attack. I'm aware this is not ideal. Might be slightly off this game. Okay. Cast the elephant again. So the downside to sequencing things this way is they can syncopate the elephant now, which they couldn't do beforehand if we had the Lanora elves open. Probably just gonna get fumigated next turn though. Alright, your turn. Your turn, opponent. Yep. And they have 6 spells in hand. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm just moving on to the next one. Oh my lord. Okay. So bestiaries seem amazing. Vraska seems good. Nisses seem good. Brontodon and Canopies seem good. Gauters seem like complete garbo. What else do we want to cut? I guess the Skyboats are kind of garbo. I need to cut 3 more cards. I could cut some Mana Dorks, since they're so bad against sweepers. It's kind of nice how they power out bestiaries and nisses. Where you usually cut elves. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Just like trim a couple. Then we have to cut 1 more spell. I think the elephants are fine. They're basically more turn 2 plays, right? Since you can just go, like, play out a 3-4 on turn 2 then. Does this hit planeswalkers and artifacts? It's just creatures or lands. We're bringing in, like, 2 artifacts and 3 planeswalkers and a couple crushing canopies. So I could see Adventurous Impulse being a bit worse post-board. With so many non-creatures in our deck that we can't find off it. Alright, so we'll go first. This hand is excellent. 3-4 on turn 2, Bestiary turn 3. Some scary top end. Maybe Verdurous Gearhulk is the cut, actually. If we're boarding in Nisses. Since Gearhulk forces you to, like, overcommit to the board. I don't know. I've always found Gearhulk, like, moderately scary from the blue-white side, just because it's so big. It, like, demands a sweeper on its own sometimes if you don't have spot removal. Go elephants. Right, we're hoping for no Syncopate, Negate, or Censor here. Because if we can stick a Bestiary, we'll be in a really great position. Drawing through our deck. Grinding out card advantage. They're considering whether to tap out for Search for Azcanta, I think, is the reason for this pause. Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack for 3. And then I'm tempted to just, like, cast another 3-4. Honestly. If they're just holding up Essence Scatter though, it's so embarrassing to not cast the Bestiary. Screw it. Screw it. I'm just casting the Bestiary. They have, like, very few counterspells in their deck actually hit this. And, like, playing a Rampager or something to play around those counterspells and running into Essence Scatter would just be wildly embarrassing. I think we just want to slam the Bestiary and cross our fingers. Awesome. So now we're just hoping they don't have an Invoke the Divine. And then we're going to start drawing lots and lots of cards. Cool. And tapping with a Bestiary in play is a very nice feeling. Brontodon's a really good one. Brontodon is a really good one. I think I want to bottom it though. Kind of want to hit my land drops, where I'm going to be drawing lots of cards. It's like a fine one to keep. It's pretty good against a cast out. It lets us get our Bestiary back if they cast it out. I guess I'm going to keep it. Attack for free, cast the Servant, draw a card. Oh my gosh. George, do you actually think? No! What do you... No, opponent, I wanted to draw cards. That's so mean. That's so mean. If I just cast this pre-combat. Oh, I guess they're down a card now, so it's fine. But it's also mean. George, do you actually think that Steel Stompy is the best deck in Legacy? Cast out. Yeah. Tilt. Tilt. I'm not casting my Brontodon, because if they kill it, if they like cast a Sweeper, cast a Fumigate and kill it, then we don't get to take out the cast out. I guess I cast the Ronus then. It's like kind of decent. Since it doesn't die to Fumigate. Battle of the Stompy decks. I wish that was an untapped land, so we could cast this Brontodon. It's kind of upsetting. If I go to pump the Greenbout Rampager, and they have a Settle, it's kind of embarrassing too. I should probably just attack for free and deploy another threat onto the board. Should probably just attack for free and play another threat onto the board. I mean, I could see the Steel Stompy deck being legitimately good. I think best deck in Legacy is an aggressive statement, but I will leave any strong stances on that until I've actually played the deck at some point. Right, so I'm not casting the Brontodon because I don't want it to get fumigated until we have mana up for it. So yes, I just cast my Rampager. It's kind of sad losing the Rampager because it works so well with the Bestiary. But it's not like you need to overkill with the Bestiary. The Bestiary is just good regardless, right? The other option is I could cast Servant into Rampager. They Fumigate go up to 11, but then if we draw a land, we put them to 2. If we don't draw a land, we get our cast out back. Our Bestiary back, rather. I think this is good. I think I like this line. Like the fact that we have so many good follow-up plays to a Fumigate. We can also just cast the Nissa if they Fumigate and we draw a land as well. and hit them for 10. Yeah, I think this is good. Maybe I don't cast the Rampager for that reason. If I don't cast the Rampager and they fumigate, they go to 10. But then if we rip a land, we cast Nissa and they die. Yeah, cool. I'm just going to pass the turn then. Because then they die if we rip a land and they fumigate us. I think this sets things up well. Hey, Amy. Ooh, Field of Ruin. Take out our black source. Rude. I'm not entirely convinced that killing the black source is better than killing the Oasis, but... Right. It's going pretty well. I got a bunch of jobs done today. Went to some doctor's appointments. We 0-3'd with a green-red deck. That was quite bad. But we're now 2-0 with this mono-green deck. It's actually feeling like reasonably strong and resilient compared to what I expected from the deck. Like, our first 2 rounds were mid-range decks, and we just, like, either ran them over or ground them out really well. Yeah, mono-green feels legit, George, for sure. That is also a true statement. God, green-red was so bad. All the French are playing mono-green? Yeah. A Swedish friend of mine said that... No, a Finnish friend of mine said that a bunch of people he knew were on this deck too. Alright, if we hit the land there, we'd have killed them. So that's a bit sad. We do get to get back our bestiary though, at some point. We just get to like leave our Brontodon in play and threaten to get back the bestiary if they ever kill it. So we're in a fine position, as long as they don't slam Teferi. If they slam Teferi, things could get tougher. Opponent. That feeling when opponent is somehow playing even slower than I do. Yeah, I've looked over some of the lists, Amy. It seems like black-red is a really big thing at the moment now. Alright, I'm just going to attack with my Brontodon. And then probably cast the Steel Leaf Champion if they do nothing. If they do something, then I get to kill the cast out. Go Rampager, draw a card. So obviously the awkward thing about this is we could have attacked with Aronis in this. But then that just gives them like a really clean Settle the Wreckage, I think. So I think this is fine. Just want to like keep pecking with the Brontodon, making it as hard as possible for our opponent. Because whenever they kill this Brontodon, it's getting us a bestiary back. blink of an eye bouncing. What's blink of an eye bouncing? Maybe the Steel Leaf champion? Oh, the Ronus, so they can counter the Ronus now. That's pretty good. Oh, I did want to watch the finals of the top 8. Since, like, obviously I've invested in the blue-white deck, and Simon is one of my favourite people in Magic, so I want to watch him win the finals. So I do want to watch that at some point. Jeez, Lyra. Yeah, maybe we had to pressure our opponent more because of Lyra existing. It's kind of tough though. Like, it's kind of tough. What am I doing here? I could just kill the cast out, try and scry towards a land. I could also kill the Gearhulk, and if we hit a land, we can dump counters on the Steel Leaf. I assume they have a counter spell in hand though. I assume we just have to, like, try and dump stuff on the board and force them to fumigate away the Lyra at some point. Feels fairly unrealistic as an aim, but alright, so yes, I go Rampage or draw a card. I could go Ronus, draw a card, and then just cast a Rampager afterwards. They probably counter the Ronus. I think that's fine. If they don't counter the Ronus, it will be great for us. Whoa, just resolved. I'm just going to cast the Rampager too. Just get another threat on board. We've still got like 2 things that draw cards off the Bestiary in hand. It's not like we need to hold the Rampager for the card. We just want lots of power and toughness in play, so we can attempt to, like, pressure back when they attack us with Lyra. Woodland Cemetery. I guess I'm putting that to the bottom. I need a Crushing Canopy. I can Gearhulk here to make it so, like, the creatures can push past their Gearhulk. I don't really know that I can beat very much at the moment. I don't know if I can play around Settle is the main problem. It might be that I just can't play around Settle. I can put a counter on the Ronus. I guess it doesn't need a counter, right? I can put a counter on the Steel Leaf. And 3 counters on the Green Belt. Something like this. So that both of them, like, smash into Gearhulk nicely. I think I want to try and play around Settle. But I also want to attack with 2 things to play around a Seal away. So I think that means I'm doing this. If they have a Settle, at least it gives me more mana for the Ballista. Yeah, I don't think I can Alpha. I can attack with these 2 though. And I still have a blocker for their Gearhulk if they settle me. And the mana, like, builds me towards Ballista, which can try and take down the Lyra. Right, they hit me to 10. Lyra is a hell of a Magic card. That she is. Right, we're gonna set up for the... Oh my god, what? I'm so happy. This is great. This is great. This is everything I ever wanted. So I cast Nissa, right? To like try and force the counterspell. Cast Nissa. And then if they counter her, we get to Crushing Canopy the Lyra. And if she resolves, we don't want to attack, because we need to be able to block the Gearhulk to protect her. Awesome, she just resolved very easily. So does this mean they don't have a counter? Or are they planning on like hitting her down with Lyra? Or maybe they have a cast out for her. I assume they would have cast out. Maybe they don't care about the bestiary at this point with the Lyra in play. I'm going to plus on this forest. And then I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Right, like I could attack with just Ronus here. I could definitely attack with just Ronus and try and like force a seal away or something. If like I can force a settle, it builds me up to a ballista that can maybe kill the Lyra. If they can counter my canopy. It's kind of sad not having Ronus on defense, but they're pretty bad at getting my other creatures out the way to kill my Nissa, so I think this is fine. Right, we're gonna go for upkeep, kill Lyra. We're gonna cross our fingers that this works. Sick. Please no second Lyra. If they have a second Lyra, we can maybe play for it, now that we're really far ahead on board. So second Lyra isn't the end of the world. This game's been tough, jeez. This game has been a tough one, and we were on the play this game. If we win this one, we have to be on the draw. Right, I'm gonna double block, keep my Nissa around. They could have a cast out on like the Gearhulk and eat our land, but then the cast out isn't hitting either of these things. I guess they could have a disenchant for this, but again, then the disenchant's not hitting our bestiary. Opponent should be running counterspells, Amy. We've not seen any yet, though. You're definitely right about that. Scrap Heap Scrounger. That does draw off of bestiary. Alright, opponent's done. Opponent's done. Understandably. Jeez. Lyra is a beating. I wonder if we need an Hour of Glory just as, like, another answer. Relying just on, like, our 2 crushing canopies is so rough. I think I'm going to bring in a couple Hour of Glories. Don't know what it cut. Maybe in another Adventurous Impulse again, because we're adding more non-creatures to our deck. We are QPHJ. We're currently 2-0. And we're 1-1 against blue-white control in our third match. So we're doing pretty well with this deck. Might take out a land on the draw. Is that crazy? It's probably crazy. Especially since we've cut the impulses. I don't know what to cut. It could just be another Mana Dork, but maybe it's a Servant. It like attacks better than the Llanowar Elves is the problem. But on the draw I could see doing this, just so we can still turn to Bestiary, and turn to, like, Gilt Steel Leaf. I think I like that. Like on the draw we need like that extra bit of turn 1 acceleration so we can keep pace. The sound is fine. Heart into Brontodon. It's not like explosive, and we don't have any sideboard cards, but it's a perfectly reasonable hand. There is a Vraska. What is this mono-green lie? I mean, there's also Hour of Glories, so... Right, is this game going to be the game where we just get mono counterspelled and never get to attack with our Heart of Kiran? I'm very used to playing these games from the other side, where you just essence scatter everything after the Heart of Kiran. The Heart of Kiran sits dead on board. The opponent's considering spending a counterspell on it. I assume that's what the tank is about. I mean, Gearhulk was pretty sweet that last game. It helped us, our creatures, be able to push into our Gearhulk. Into their torrential Gearhulk. Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright, I guess I just cast this for 2 and pass the turn. I feel like we are losing this game. We've had a very slow start. And our hand is like super clunky and awkward. 2 more lands. And a redundant heart. Are they considering slamming it to Fairy? Maybe? God, they can cut us off black mana with the second Field of Ruin. That's gross. This is a really good one. I feel like no matter what I do is bad. Like, casting the Gearhulk runs into a counter, casting Bestiary runs into a counter, taking up Ballista means they can just like seal away our Ballista and we get in like 7 damage, but doesn't really count for much. I guess I'm casting Bestiary, since this is the turn when they can't Gearhulk disallow. So if they just have Essence Scatters in hand, it's really good. Yes, that's what I'm doing. So I can like attack for 2 and then cast Bestiary post combat. Seal away. Well, getting a couple damage. Hopefully they don't have a negate or disallow in hand for our Bestiary. Sick. That is good news. Right, now we just need to dodge Cast Out into Fairy. blue-white deck is just so good. All its answers are so versatile. Alright, we get to untap with a Bestiary in play. Bestiary is not good at keeping pace with Teferi though, by any means. Since they get extra mana and you don't. That's interesting. I feel like whatever I cast gets Essence Scattered, right? Kinda just want to cast like the bigger, more expensive thing, though. Alright. Feeling very, very far behind at the moment against an active Teferi, with my opponent having 4 cards in hand, but I mean, it's not impossible that they just don't have, like, they probably have like 2 sweepers we have to grind through, right? Hey, hey.
I'm dying.
You do sound like you're dying, yes.
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to be like, you're fine, Caroline. What do you mean you're ill? I'm well aware that I look very ill as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew I was ill when my colleague was like, are you okay? I'm like, it's just a bit of a cold. I've had worse. But yeah, so that's...
Camera cannot currently see you, by the way.
Oh, yes.
That is a good point, George. I probably should have done that. Honestly, I was so resigned to, like, nothing I play ever resolving ever again.
My shoulder itch is so bad. I can't scratch it. You're giving me the worst judgmental look.
Oh my god. George with the knowledge of flatmate names.
Yay! George is my favourite.
Apparently George is Caroline's favourite.
I'm simple to please.
Amy says flatmate is called flatmate.
Oh. I'm a little bit sad by that. It was fine they can't see me, so I could flip them off and they'd never know. Not that I do that, because that would mean I'm a bad person. Oh, kill me. What I don't understand is I've had like a day feeling not ill, and then I'm ill again.
It is fairly grim, yes.
I used to have a good immune system.
Is that actually true?
Yeah! I used to be able to avoid all colds ever, and I never got ill. And I get tonsillitis one time.
I feel like you've been ill a lot since I lived with you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's before,
Okay.
before I moved to London, I was a healthy person who never got ill. And now I'm ill all the goddamn time. Like, seriously, if I don't have a migraine, I have IBS. If I don't have that, I've got a cold. If I don't have that, I've got tonsillitis.
I blame London air.
Yeah. I also blame the first time I got tonsillitis.
Mm.
I also blame Ashley for getting drunk on Saturday.
That's very reasonable.
I've had an inordinate amount of stress, which is definitely
Oh my god, Phil playing favoritism with the Channing brothers. Not with you.
Oh.
You came rushing in.
Yeah, I got excited.
Oh my god.
I could be a Channing brother.
One day, you two can be a Channing brother.
Oh, it's the first George has ever been a favourite.
You have blessed him.
Oh, we could start our own Channing family.
What?
Someone else wants to be a Channing. So we could start an entire Channing family. Don't know what this means.
This got really weird. I imagine it got most weird for George, but...
What was it? Nano... Warring? What? National Novel Warring Month? No.
No idea what you're looking at right now.
The chat. Oh, you also can't see from this distance.
George has said this is weird now. Cool.
To be honest, it would be better if it was a better surname.
How do we ever beat this? Oh my god. This is so miserable.
Play that one.
I think it's probably fairly irrelevant what I do from this point on, if I'm being honest.
Chaos.
Mm.
What's the most chaotic thing you can do?
It's not quite how this game works.
Well, then you're playing the wrong game. What can I say? If you can't bomb it, then what are you doing wrong with your life?
The inner Junkrat speaking.
Is it that obvious? It's been like 3 days since I played Junkrat. That's a lie, I played Junkrat last night.
I was gonna say 3 days feels like a long time for you to be Junkratting.
Oh,
since you've been Junkratting.
Yeah. 3 days of solid Junkrat. Oh, he's 6 foot tall. I'm not okay with that.
I've now just like got since you've been gone in my head, but about Junkratting instead. Alright. I mean, opponent's drawn 1,000,000 cards. It's fairly likely they had another settle, right? Excellent point, Alessia. That is also a valid song to sing about how long it's been since Caroline played Junkrat. George does not know what we mean when we say Junkratting. You walk away content about this. Oh god.
You can hang it up on your drawer. Sorry, Mew. Mew is definitely in the way. Is this actually gonna work?
I don't approve of any of this.
This nearly works.
I don't approve of any of this. Jesus.
It's so fitting.
Alright, so we're actually dead to another settle, so I'm just gonna jam with both my critters, I guess. Disallow the trigger? What?
Like Junkratting is 2 separate words.
That is surprising.
Yes, it is Overwatch. And in response to you being bad at FPS games, that's why I play Overwatch. Like,
that's why you play Junkrat.
Yeah.
Specifically.
That's why I play... My 3 mains are mains that you do not have to aim with. Junkrat, you throw bombs until they die. Brigitte, you hit them with a flail until they die. And Moira, you just kind of extend your hand at them until they die.
I kind of just want to, like, Hour of Glory this. In case my opponent has a cast out for the Heart of Kiran.
does that emoji mean?
Which one? This?
Yeah.
Like anger, upset,
Rude.
grumpy.
Someone doesn't like Junkrat. I mean, that was evident from that expression. I've never played PUBG though, because I probably have to aim.
I think I just do this. I think I just get rid of the Gearhulk now. So that the Ronus can get through too. And then if they cast out the Heart of Kira and the Ronus is still hitting them. I have never played Overwatch in my life. And would probably be awful at it. So alas, no Overwatch stream.
Junkrat.
Flatmate is back, J-Rod. Hiding off camera. I should like spin the camera around at some point.
No. I'm trying to distract them with as much Junkrat as possible at this point.
Please no settle. I assume they just can't possibly have another settle in hand. They're disallowing the Heart of Kieran trigger.
Oh, someone wants to grow up to be like you.
Oh my god, George. You really don't, though.
It's got so wholesome. I'm ignoring that person who's telling me Overwatch is a bad... or telling you Overwatch is a bad game.
I'm also ignoring that. Never get... How do they just... I guess they just figured we'd just pump the Heart of Kieran twice.
That said, if I'm the Junkrat, then I'm part of the problem. That's fine.
Finally you realise the truth. It's really weird, I'm just advertising another game. I'm driving away my audience to go watch Overwatch instead.
Yes. Then I could stream it and...
Another Teferi, okay.
Oh no, don't tell me. Junkrat is best hero.
Please no more settles. You didn't have one last turn, but you've... Did they glimmer off the Gearhulk? Oh, they just forgot to cast their glimmer off the Gearhulk? That's really, really bad.
Junkrat is best hero so long as you're not playing against the Junkrat. As long as you are the Junkrat, he is best hero.
So... He did not have a settle last turn. Yeah, they cast nothing off at Amy, which is kind of weird. Almost certainly wildly incorrect. It's fine. Like we missed an attack earlier. It's like whatever. So we send the Heart at Teferi. Do we send the Ronus as well to play around a cast out? I think we do. We could send it at their face instead to push damage. But I think ensuring we get Teferi off the board is the most important thing. We are somehow ahead on clock, Nucleo. It's a very rare occurrence. Right, they do have the card. Maybe it's a blink of an eye. Commit. Okay. We still get to pump the heart here. Maybe we're meant to attack with this too. Since we're just like pretending Settle the Wreckage doesn't exist. Kinda interesting. Anyway, Teferi's going down.
Sorry.
It's okay. Please don't die though.
I found a really hilarious comic. But you can't read it until you've seen at least Thor Ragnarok, if not Infinity War.
Okay.
Sorry.
Those are both things I need to see, so...
Yes. I kind of want my Junkrat back.
Opponent attacking us. Oh, they have a Fumigate in hand, I guess? Does Fumigate do anything with a Scrap Heap Scrounger? We have to take it though. If we block here, they just don't Fumigate us. So we just have to take the 5 damage. They could also have a Lyra, which would be very hard to beat. It is Fumigate. Cool. Wow, we have Scrap Heap. So Fumigate doesn't actually do very much. What? Oh, that makes sense. I was really confused for a moment. What are we doing with this Nissa?
Oh, how could you only watch Infinity War? That's like... That's literally skipping all the things that made Infinity War good, and skipping to... It's like skipping over Lord of the Rings and just watching them destroy the ring. Only it's not like that, because...
Kind of want to just buy back the Brontodon to kill the cast out. It's now a Matt. Jeez, everyone's returning at once.
I've been here a while.
This is true. You have been here a while. Alright.
Matt just looks unhappy with me.
This is great. Now I get to crew the heart, attack for 7, and kill the cast out to get Bestiary back. New.
Oh. It's good parts of Lord of the Rings. I like Lord of the Rings movies, though. I'm trying to think of a really good example of what seeing just Infinity War is like. And I'm sorry, I'm distracting your stream by talking about movies.
It's fine. It's kind of amusing.
It's like opening an episode of an anime and skipping through the entire anime just to watch the ending music song thing.
I mean, that's literally what like A and B's are, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That would still be better than watching just Infinity War.
Was this another Teferi? So many Teferis, jeez. Currently ahead though. We're drawing Aronas in next turn, I think. Wow, George confirmed not anime fan.
But... Oh, okay. You've seen other movies. That makes more sense. That does make a lot more sense. I was like...
Can I kill my opponent here? I can animate hearts. Attack with them all. Lyra goes on the land. They go up to 19. They take 3, 7...
Bye, Amy.
9, 11, 13. So we just have to pass the turn, sadly.
I'm fairly certain both of you are going to get colds now.
That's fine. I will survive. Bye, Amy. So if they attack Nissa here, we get to sack Nissa to the heart of Kieran to stop them gaining life.
It's more on the cough end of the spectrum than the sneezy end. So in that sense, it's better than hay fever. Because you're not like sat at your desk with your entire face streaming liquid. Also, apparently I look it, so... And I sound it. It's spread already. I'm 100% blaming Ashley for this, by the way.
Flatmate pops in occasionally. It is an occurrence. Sorry, Caroline. Caroline pops in occasionally.
Am I gonna... Would they like me to be a stream regular? Dab, mate!
Oh my god.
I think that's the best way to do it, is see all the others except Infinity War. And then unpopular opinion, skip Infinity War.
Caroline with the unpopular opinions.
Just dropping that there for everyone.
Might actually lose this now. I need to draw an Hour of Glory or Crushing Canopy very quickly against this Lyra.
I like how you're still trying to talk about magic.
I am. Not having much success, but... Interesting.
Shots fired. You'd have to be good at dabbing. Wow.
Right, this is where we hope an opponent has actual nothing. They almost certainly have an Essence Scatter though, right? They've only cast 1 all game. If they don't have anything, we get to kill the Lyra. Maybe we're meant to leave 2 mana up so we can save Scrounger if they fumigate us. Also plays around like a sensor as well. Oh god, Phil. No, please not again, Phil. I will never stop being annoyed at Dave about that. What is this? Oh, this is a cast out targeting something. Targeting the ballista, right. Well, we still get to kill the Lyra. And then shoot 2 at their face. Or shoot 1 at their face, rather. Oh, because of the way those are stacked. I guess I missed the damage. It's fine though. Ah, Teferi, right. Okay. Sure.
Steven Universe is set in Delaware.
Huh. I did not realize that.
Someone, like, did some sleuthing. Because there's a place called Ocean City, and they found the arcade Funland place. And Dewey Beach, which is probably why it's called Mayor Dewey. Fun facts.
Mm-hmm. That Lyra's kind of ridiculous. Ooh, this is also kind of ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Please no counter.
I look away from the chat for a few seconds and suddenly I own a bear pit.
Apparently you own a bear pit. Who'd have thought?
I mean, are they talking about the bear pit?
In Bristol?
Yeah.
I assume they're not talking about the bear pit in Bristol, no.
What other bear pits are there?
Ones that aren't in Bristol.
What if it's a literal pit of bears? Like, a pit filled with bears. They're not explaining the bear pit.
Wait, what was that, George? You had no faith? You were lacking in any faith? Oh my god. Sorry, I've missed out on some chat here. I'm gonna scroll up a sec. It's Caroline's bear pit now. It is Caroline's bear pit.
I'm so confused. What is the bear pit? Also, yes, I am originally from Bristol. Should I be telling people on the internet that?
They can probably find out if they want to.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna disappear for 1 minute.
I should sit in your seat and pretend to play, but I can't. I don't want to embarrass myself like that.
You don't have to like pretend to play, just sit in the seat and talk to people.
I think I'm like...
Chat demands your attention.
I don't know how to pretend to be Autumn. You should sit in Autumn's seat, man. What if I pretend to be Autumn and you pretend to be me? You're no fun. I can't perform. Ooh. I can't perform on, like, demand. And I don't know how to pretend to be Autumn. This is really awkward now.
Have a nice day!
I'm not gonna dab just because you like my hair.
Day.
Because it's technically not blue, it's purple, but it's kind of... No, that's blue, who am I kidding? Hello. I feel there's a slight delay on the chat as well. No, I'm not falling for that. I'm not a dum-dum. They're telling me to start a new match, and they say they'll help, but I don't believe them.
I'm fairly sure I don't believe them either.
I'll probably break something.
We'll help, I swear.
Hey,
Oh my god.
If you download Overwatch quick, I can play that.
Just like quickly download Overwatch, won't take a minute.
Yep, won't take time.
Alright. Can I have a seat, please?
No, I sit here now. No.
I don't know how to get you out of the seat.
The trick is you don't.
The trick is I don't. Jeez.
It's my seat now. Oh, no, you can't touch my shoulder.
This is true, you do have a tattoo there.
Yeah, you just rubbed it. Probably didn't rub it, but...
Junkrat or Riot? Junkrat or Riot has been called.
Right.
That means you're rooting for not Junkrat.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I'm also not seeing a Junkrat. Therefore, I must riot. Wait, but Junkrat is a riot. What would Junkrat do?
J-Rod asks, what kind of tattoo? What is it of?
I have many tattoos.
You have many. I was referring to the new one, specifically, as were you.
Yes. That doesn't answer anyone's question.
It really doesn't.
It's a permanent tattoo. I don't know how else to answer the question of what kind of tattoo.
Like, what is it? What is the tattoo of? If you were to describe what the tattoo looks like to someone.
It's trees on fire. There we go.
That's very evocative. That's a very evocative description.
That is exactly what it is. It is indeed some trees on fire.
Oh my god.
I just seem like an anarchist who burns trees down. Terrible burning. I didn't know you were tree autumn.
Please don't burn me. I don't deserve this.
Are you really sure about that?
Nah, not really.
Oh, this got dark.
Jeez, for free, they just get to trade with my champion.
Yeah. Plus, I do believe the song lyrics are didn't mean to start a forest fire. So it's not like I meant to start the forest fire, it just happened.
You didn't start the fire though.
No. I know that's a different song, I don't know what song.
I think I just want to set up for Ballista on 3 next turn and not trade off my champion. They have Chupacabra in their deck though.
Chupacabra. It is not a grove of the Burn Willows. And I feel like that's a reference I don't get.
Grove of the Burn Willows is a very wonderful card. As in the art is really pretty.
Have a nice day! Have a nice day!
Oh god, your ringtone.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I'm not meant to trade off there because I have Gouter in my deck actually. Maybe like us having a 5-4 and them having a 4-3 is in our interest.
It was always burning since the world's been turning.
Because of Gouter specifically.
Oh, I don't know Billy Joel. I'm sorry. That might have been targeted at someone else.
I'm fairly sure I did not want to offer that trade actually, specifically because we have Gouter in our deck. So we just want like as many points of power on our side as possible to make Gouter realistically castable ever. Oh my god. This Walking Ballista. Doing the Lord's work. Oh, yes. I guess I meant to attack before pinging there. But they're probably not going to trade a Winding Constrictor off of the green belt anyway. I assume. You'd like to hope everyone recognizes the song. I mean, I would hope that as well. Ooh, Grim Slayer, thank you for that subscription. I really appreciate the support. It's the best way to support the stream. Everyone spread some hearts in chat to celebrate our new supporter. Thank you so much, Grim Slayer. Grim Slayer, even. Yeah, this is pretty good. How do we beat 2 5/6s? I assume this deck just can't beat 2 5/6s, right? Without drawing a Gauta or a Ronus. I'm not doing a 24-hour stream, Phil. The advertised bit is slightly different, but...
Also, you would keep me up at night and I would kill you.
That is why I'm not doing it.
Thank you.
And like, if I didn't have flatmates and lived alone, I would probably do it.
I worry for your health.
I mean, I'm not doing it, so you don't have to worry.
That's true. That ringtone though? To be honest, I'm gonna have to change it. Because it's starting to bug me.
Oh god, this is a disaster. I guess we're still drawing live to Ronus or Galta though.
22 out of 24. What? Do a 24-hour stream but have Caroline take a shift playing Junkrat while you sleep. Oh. Oh, they're onto something.
That doesn't account for the fact that I'd be playing whilst you're sleeping though.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't want to know me when I don't sleep.
I mean, I have known you when you don't sleep.
When?
I'm fairly sure, like, you've had a couple nights of very little sleep since we moved in.
Oh, yeah, that's like 7 hours rather than 7.5 hours, Caroline.
Okay.
That's not like, yeah.
24-hour stream is not coming.
Yeah. I'm sure Matt could tell you the way that I shouted at Ashley. But then he was drunk, so he had it coming.
Oh, we're so dead. I guess I can block down one of the snakes this turn.
That was surprisingly fitting.
Oh, I needed to hold this back to crew the heart, didn't I? I just like mentally shortcutted that because I couldn't block with it, I had to attack with it, but that's probably dead here anyway. It's probably not too relevant. Yeah. Okay, Chupacabra is quite good.
24-hour stream is definitely coming. Caroline with the victim blaming. Oh. Is that victim blaming? I thought I was the victim. I'm really self-evaluating now.
I assume these Bronzodons are terrible. I also kind of want this stuff almost. Just like, make my deck way bigger and grindier.
I should do a cube draft and then you will have to build and play it.
Oh god.
Can I put only Junkrat cards
That
in?
sounds mortifying. I know there are a bunch of streamers who get like friends or partners who don't know Magic to do cube drafts for them whenever cube's up. And it's like so mortifying for the person who has to do it.
Would I be able to pick the cards based on the pictures?
I assume you'd be capable of that, yes. I assume that's within your capabilities.
I want to do it.
Oh. Yeah, Cheon used to do it. Lisa drafts were amazing.
They like the sound of it.
Oh god. What the hell am I cutting? We're bringing in lots of non-creatures, so I kind of just want to cut the impulses.
How long would it take to draft a cube?
Ignoring the way that was worded.
Part of me knew that would be worded wrong, so it's even better.
It would probably take like 15 minutes.
Ooh.
It's not a 24-hour stream, it's back-to-back 12 hours on adjacent days, which is much more realistic and less bothersome for flatmates.
My brain was still like, that's a bit close to sleep though.
I mean, it's essentially like 9 till 9, right?
Okay. Yeah. I guess. Is that a better Junkrat for you?
I assume we still want the bestiaries. The Scroungers honestly didn't look amazing, but we're on the play.
I could draft Dominaria. You'd be mono black rats. Does that imply that I'd only pick black rats?
That there is exactly one creature in the set which is a black rat, so it would be fairly hard to do that. But
I'm liking the Junkrat gameplay. No. When is the 12-hour stream?
some point after I have 24 subs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. That's so clever.
It is.
Oh.
I'm glad you agree with its cleverness.
Yeah. I feel like me playing.
Oh my god. Amy. Thank you for gifting a subscription to George.
Is that...
Everyone, please spread some hearts in chat to celebrate our new subscriber.
Is that like pro Junkrat or anti Junkrat?
Is what pro or anti Junkrat?
They're like, we need to make this happen.
Bear pit rules, oh my god. Oh, awesome. That's great to hear, Matt, thank you. The sub counter increments itself on its own. It's always like 5 minutes behind, but it will get there. Right, I guess we just attack with the champion here.
How many subs do you have?
Currently have 23, I think. Correction. Thank you for gifting another sub, Amy. I think that means we're now at 24.
This is only good if it means I get to play Junkrat. Wait, I can play Junkrat anyway.
You're capable of this, yes. I decided to wait till their turn on the Hour of Glory on the Siphoner because it means if they have a Blossoming defense, we use up one of their mana for the turn, which seemed relevant. It also means we take 2 more damage if they have a defense, but I think that's fine. Just like potentially eating into their mana is nice.
I want to play Junkrat now.
Is that ever not the case?
Yeah, but it's like, you know where you know something deep down and it's always there, but you're so used to it being there that you kind of ignore it until someone brings, like the feeling of the your tongue in your mouth, right? Your tongue is always going to be there, so you know you can always feel it. But it's only when someone's like, oh, by the way, you can feel your tongue right now, and then you're like, shit, I can feel my tongue, this is really horrible. That's what it's like for Junkrat and me.
I didn't really follow that, sorry. I tuned out at some point, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I'm hoping at least one person understood what I was talking about. Did you understand that? Oh, you weren't even listening. You're the worst housemate.
Yes, I'm the best housemate. By default.
No, Felipe is still in here somewhere, I've got to assume.
You assume I didn't, like, eat Felipe in my sleep.
Why would you do that? Aww. Oh, it didn't make sense. I'm gonna try to re-explain it to Matt. So, what I was saying is I kind of always want to play Junkrat, but you know when you've got your tongue in your mouth, and like, your tongue's always in your mouth, but so you don't normally notice it until someone says, you can feel your tongue in your mouth, and then suddenly, yeah, you're super aware of your tongue in your mouth. That's what it's like for me in Junkrat.
For clarification, I should totally have Hour of Glory on their end step.
I want to play Junkrat, but I don't.
But I forgot that I swapped my stops around after the previous match.
Thank you. Matt said it made sense.
Apparently.
Therefore, you suck. And Matt is now best housemate.
Oh my god, Nucleo.
All you have to understand is Junkrat. That is. They understand in a single sentence. Can you ever truly understand Junkrat? I talk about Junkrat far too much.
You do.
You're not supposed to agree. This is supposed to be like.
Stop saying stuff if you don't want me to agree with it. Like.
You're supposed to make me feel better. You're supposed to be like, no, Caroline.
I'm validating your feelings by agreeing with you.
You're supposed to be like, you have a normal amount of love for Junkrat. It's not unhealthy. Don't worry about it. Junkrat is indeed a lifestyle. At least I don't make Junkrat noises anymore. That was a bit problematic.
Okay, I am willing to concede this game. Jeez, we're just losing to like 1-1s. It's so embarrassing. I guess we can draw a Ballista still. I guess we can still draw like Ballista like next turn. Yeah, I should probably, looking back on it, I should probably have Blossoming Defense to force them to use up the final Ballista counter and get that off the table. Because now they just get to pump Ballista twice a turn if they want, which is fairly unbeatable.
Never concede. I agree with that sentiment. Would Junkrat concede?
I assume he's incapable of conceding.
I'm trying to think of, like, concede in the context of Overwatch.
Well, having missed out on our opportunity to get this Ballista off the table last turn.
Exactly. Never concede, always shoot bombs.
This is like... Guess I just have to do this.
Who is Junkrat? Oh, I could tell you a story.
You could indeed tell someone a story.
Like, the simple answer is the best hero in Overwatch, but also the worst. But he's so much more than that.
Does he count as a hero? Kinda just blows shit up.
He's like a hero in that hero means playable character.
Okay.
But like that's the same as saying like Reaper is a hero, Widowmaker is a hero, but no one ever calls Hanzo a hero because Hanzo. So
Junkrat is a classic anti-hero, apparently. I can neither confirm nor deny this information.
is Junkrat like techies?
Oh my gosh, Alessia! So many subscribers today. Thank you so much for the subscription. Everyone spread some hearts in chat to celebrate our new subscriber. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Alessia.
I don't know what a techie is.
I don't know either.
I want to say it's like, it might be the other one that people play. Team Fortress. Maybe.
Possibly.
I would Google it.
Thank you so much, Alessia. Also, Mono Red opponent spending their second turn just spraying our elf feels kind of amazing for us.
It's a Dota thing.
Ah, okay. I know actual zero about Dota.
I know it's a MOBA.
Oh, I know that exact piece of information, and then nothing else.
Yep.
New Barefit member, heart. Oh my god.
Unorthodox, if effective method of dealing damage to the enemy team in the form of powerful laid explosive mines and stasis traps. I mean, it's kind of what Junkrat does, but this seems like actual thought out. Let's have a look at the bio.
Chandra, okay.
The very fact that one of their lines here is measurements made is anti-Junkrat. That implies Junkrat thinks about things. Although the sentiment of, okay, let's blow something up, is Junkrat.
If we hit a land there, we could probably never lose this. How
many limbs are they missing?
What?
Junkrat's missing limbs.
Okay.
Because he blew them up.
True.
Oh, they're squabbling about MOBAs now.
I have no opinions on any MOBAs.
Me either.
I'm way too obsessed with Magic to invest massive amounts of time into a MOBA.
They just look really... Who wants to play the same match for 2 hours, right? I guess you do that in Magic.
In very freak scenarios. It's not common.
Yeah.
But I've had like the finals of a PPTQ last like an hour and a half before.
As soon as something goes over like half an hour, that's me done. Ain't about that.
Yes, I give them the chain whirler so they can't kill my skyboat.
Can understand that, the learning curve on MOBAs. I read that as EDM. I was like, electronic dance music can last for hours.
Electronic dance MOBAs.
EDM is such a guilty pleasure. I do consistently better playing Junkrat if I listen to shitty music.
I guess I get back to... We gave them a chain whirler, so we can't take the Lana or Elf. They can't kill the Ronus, there's no point taking a Ronus, so I guess we take the Scrap Heap. It's kind of terrible though. I guess I meant to like pump my Scrounger attack with the Ronus.
Someone's found a Junkrat video for me. Oh. Our links allowed in chat, Autumn.
Yes.
Sweet.
Just like, don't abuse it. But
Right, I need to sign into Twitch so I can access this sweet Junkrat video.
telling my chat not to abuse something always feels like a bad idea, but...
Oh, I signed into the chat a little bit too late.
It says don't watch on stream.
Oh, watch it on the stream.
I will send you the link via Discord, Caroline.
Okay. Oh, I don't think I've actually seen this one. I'm just thinking of really shitty Overwatch videos. Who saw me touch my nipple?
What?
So, Hanzo has a brush shoulder emote. He doesn't brush his shoulder. I'll say that much.
That makes sense, J-Rod.
Aw.
Yeah, I'll be at the Team RPTQ, Kansas. I'm playing it with Stephen Murray and Nicholas Eck. Oh my god, I'm gonna get murdered by this Chandra. If we just drew a land there, this would be so easy. Maybe I meant to Ballista here. And just get the Chandra off the board. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the Chandra, pass, reanimate a Scrounger. Because then if I don't draw a land, I can at least pump the Scrounger so the Ronus can attack, which is kind of nice.
implication that Junkrat is best waifu? You look so disturbed.
No comment. I did not, doggo. It was a bit unfortunate. A braid and Heart of Kirin. I guess I give them the Abrade. And they get to then they get to kill my Sky Sovereign. They probably have an answer for Sky Sovereign in hand though.
It's fine. If Junkrat is waifu, Zenyatta is bae.
And like really all the Sky Sovereign has to do is get this out of the way. They do have another Chain Whirler in hand that we know about though.
I like to think that's a response to Junkrat as waifu.
That's crazy, but I see why.
Yeah.
Playing the one in England is a terrible idea. Which one should I be playing, George? I did not actually know that was the case, by the way. That they only qualify the top 2. I don't know. I'm not convinced the size of the RPTQs is that relevant for this one. Just because, like, if they end up super large, it'll be because people are, like, dragging lots of friends along.
Oh god. I will probably beat me to it.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems that interested in Junkrat anymore.
Bye. Playing at an Axion event is never a bad idea, that is correct. Well, it's been forever since I've played at 1-2, where I've been doing like the online competitions. So they kill the Scrounger to stop our Ronus attacking. That's fine. Land, please. Oh my god. This is so... Yeah, Skyboat is gas. Doug, it's one of my favourites. What am I meant to do here? Ugh. Maybe I just like cast a Scrounger, pass, make another Scrounger, and get hit for a bunch. Like, casting the Ballista doesn't do anything, is the problem. Sure. Ho hum. It's kind of weird, we're in our 5th match of the league and we haven't cast a Gauta once so far. Alright, they're braiding the scrap heap, sure, that's fine. So obviously doing it this way around means they could abrade end of our turn, but instead of just reanimating these two. I still kind of liked doing it this way, I think. Oh my god. A walking ballista now. Okay. I should probably be keeping a track of what's in their hand. We know walking ballista, chain whirler at the moment, I think. I feel like we gave them a swamp at some point too. Oh, the red-green deck was really bad, Doug. It was like so bad. We won 0 games in our 3 matches with it before I decided I couldn't bring myself to play it anymore. Ballista, yeah. So they have Ballista Soul Scar set up. So we need to draw a land next turn so that we can Sky Sovereign the Chain Whirler, I guess. Right on time. Oh my god. Okay, so you can kill the chain whirler. And then probably still can't attack the Khan yet. What and when is the next sub-goal? I need to decide on something, Phil. It might end up being something pretty similar, to be honest. And have it, like, having it at, like, 48. Huh. Okay. So they're gonna kill the scrap heap? Or they just didn't want me crewing with the scrap heap because then I can't attack with Ronus. That makes sense. This means we now can't block with two things. We can only block with the one. It does not mean that, Phil. I think I would be quite incapable of that. That's a good question, Amy. I guess this isn't doing anything, so I might as well send it at Khan. Oh, and then I can't block. I'm just dead on board, aren't I? I guess if I hold this back, I can... No. Yeah, so Ronus can crew this, which can block the Chain Whirler. If my opponent has, like, literal nothing in hand, then I take 4, 5, 6, 7 and still live. The double 12 hours is a good question. When is it going to be? So we've got two options, which I need to think about. One is... Oh, they just got disintegration off the Khan. Yep, we're dead, we're dead. Okay, point taken. So the double 12 hours, the two options are... Either they can be on this Thursday and Friday, or even like this Friday and Saturday or something like that. Or I can put them at the start of next week, right before I travel out to the States. I kind of have to figure out which I want to do it on. I'm leaning towards next week, because like having the double 12 hours would be like a nice way to round off the stream before it gets a bit patchier whilst I'm travelling. So we're against vehicles. I honestly don't know what I want against them. It's so hard. They have like an aggressive component and a mid-range component, both of which are like fairly scary in different ways. I assume I want to trim on stuff that dies the Chain Whirler though. Cutting Llanowar Elves feels so rough. Harvester seems amazing, so those are definitely coming in. For sure. Brontodon seems good against Chain Whirler, just because it blocks really well and can like fight through it. Nissa seems kind of bad, I think. I don't hate the idea of Vraska though. She can like blow up vehicles. I'm so tempted just to cut these elves. What makes you say Friday and Saturday, Phil? Maybe in the play elves is fine. You get 2 turns of mana out of it before they land the Chain Whirler. I'd only be competing with SCG for like half the day though. It would only be from like 3 PM onwards. So like the first 6 hours I wouldn't be competing. And there's normally not that much happening on weekends until SCG and Magic go live. This could be a mistake. I could imagine this just being really bad, cutting our Llanowar Elves. And maybe I meant to cut Scroungers instead. Scroungers is pretty atrocious, honestly. It lines up so poorly against Chain Whirler again. Just because it can never attack into a first striker. Maybe that means we're just meant to take out the Scroungers and keep in the Llanowar Elves, since, like, no matter what we do, we're going to have some creatures that get destroyed by Chain Whirler in one way or another. I could see that being the case. Like, Llanowar Elves would be better than Scrounger in this hand. It would help us, like, get down our stuff quicker. Yeah, that makes sense, Phil. I think I agree with you about that. Maybe. I cannot remember when those are or what those are. I have some stuff booked around that sort of time. What am I doing here? I could just play 2 threats. And this gets to, like, beat into Chain Whirler no matter what, which is nice. Yeah, I think I like this. Just get 2 things on the board. It uses our mana, like, not amazingly. Since if we led with this... I guess if we lead with this, we get to go Ronus plus this next turn, which is maybe a bit better, especially since Scrounger doesn't really brawl very well against a lot of their threats. Copenhagen Standard, Barca Modern. Oh, I'm definitely not at Copenhagen, I know that much, actually. I know I'm 100% not at Copenhagen. For various reasons. I was hoping to do Barca though. Modern ones are great. Try deck list, Grim. Yeah, I think Friday and Saturday makes sense. Actually kind of makes sense to me. As the 24, well, like the double 12 hours go. So they get to kill the elephant, but then we get to make Ronus live with our Steel Leaf and kill Chandra. Or, like, get the Chain Whirler off the board. So this works out okay for us. Yeah, it seems like an amazing city, Phil, for sure. Oh, this is so close to amazing. It's fine. One more land, and we get to land Gearhulk. Am I attacking with both, or just Ronus? So if I attack with just Ronus, they have to chump to save Chandra. If I attack with both, they get to block the Scrap Heap. So it comes down to whether we think they're going to chump. Which is not clear to me. I think if they chump, I'm fine with that. Honestly. I think if they chump, I'm fine with that, and I'm just going to attack with the Ronus. Yeah, I agree, George. Just attack the Ronus. I think it works out better for us. The Scrap Heap isn't doing anything. That's true, but if they end up chumping this, then suddenly the Scrap Heap does do something, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it has first strikes. They wouldn't trade. It would get eaten. So the value that Scrounger is adding is it's like another body we can put stuff on with our Gearhulk and just go like super wide. around whatever our opponent's doing. Like, see, they're spending in a braid on the Scrounger now. Like, I think we're down with that, right? If they have a Glory Bringer, that's fairly brutal. If they have Glory Bringer and we don't rip a land, but otherwise I think we're in a great position. Huh. Interesting. Honestly, don't know. So, I think Ronus is like one of the best cards against their deck that we could have in play. But I kind of like how Steel Leaf kills the Chandra next turn. I think that's really powerful, getting the Chandra off board. If we don't hit the land next turn, then keeping the Ronus gets really awkward. We don't get to attack the Chandra. They get to start flipping cards. I can see this being incorrect, but I'm going to get rid of the Ronus, I think. You'd exile the 5/4. We have a Ballista. Ballista can't block the Steel Leaf, though. So now we get to kill Chandra. Awesome. Alright, let's take her down, cast a Harvester. Cut does ruin me. They normally only have like 1 or 2 cuts though, right? Also, if they had cut, they'd just cut the 5/4 and then exile the Ronus, right? They wouldn't let us have the option of whether we want to exile the 5/4 or the Ronus to Doomfall. They just cut off the option by killing the 5/4. So, like, if they had cut, that sequencing would make no sense. I guess that's probably the case, George. I feel like us losing involves them managing to keep the Chandra in play, though. Or involves a Glory Bringer. We have an Aether Sphere Harvester. Probably fine here. We'll, like, dump some counters on the Harvester soon. Obviously be better if this were an indestructible 5/5, but, you know. Alright, let's just crew the Harvester. For sure, it's very, very hard for them to deal with Ronus. I agree that is a big selling point, keeping the Ronus instead. Still think I like getting Chandra out of play though, a bit more. Oh, rebuy Scrounger to crew because this can block the Ballista. That makes sense. Sorry, I got too fancy there. Planning on doing it at instant speed, it makes like no difference, obviously. Makes no difference doing it in our opponent's turn. Yeah, now we take a damage for no reason. You're right, George. That was really, really loose. I agree. That was like actively bad. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get back our 3/2. Hopefully this Gearhulk gets to do work. So we crew this Harvester with the Scrounger. Cast the Gearhulk. That's okay, Doug. No worries. These are definitely ones I counter on, and I want to put some counters on the Harvester. This Ballista combined with the Glorybringer is fairly annoying. If they have a Disintegration, we're kind of in trouble. Otherwise, I think we're in a great position. Yeah, standard's sweet at the moment, Amy. Agreed. I'm enjoying it. It's nice having this Servant for extra energy for the Harvester. I think I'm just going to do this and start swinging. Like, if they spend the whole turn putting another counter on this, they can kill an X5 and keep this in play. I think that's just like the sort of line that means they're gonna fall behind. I think I'm just attacking with both. Obviously I could hold this back, but if I... I like this. It just works out way better if they have a Disintegration attacking like this. Honestly, I've kind of loved like all the standards I've played, other than the only standard I've hated was the Saheeli Rai Felidar Guardian Mardu Vehicle standard. I thought that standard was like heinously bad. But basically all the other standards I've at least kind of liked. I guess the Etherworks Marvel standard was pretty bad too. There's like that 6-month stretch from like January to like June or thereabouts. That was pretty rough. Hey there, Og. Yeah, that is a Disintegration. That's kind of fine, honestly, if they're using that on the Gearhulk instead of the Harvester. Yeah, Marvel was heinous, for sure. I actually didn't play during Marvel Standard, though, so I decided to sit that one out. Did not have to play any events. I think my first Standard event in about 6 months was like 2 weekends after Marvel was banned. Alright, so they get to kill my 4/5 with the Ballista. Had a tiny bit of success with Teamer. You could word it that way. So now they're going to ping the Bronzedon, which means the Ballista's off the table, which is nice for us. We're actually in a fine position here, I think. Ooh. So, we get to do fancy things with energy here. So we can cast the Rampager. Crew this with the Rampager. Attack with both. Give the Harvester lifelink. I feel like opponent has been playing this game a bit too aggressively. But hey, like swinging with the Phoenix feels wrong to me when I have like a Baneslayer Angel flying in every turn. So now we cast the Rampager to get us up to 2 energy. Now that we're up to 2 energy, we can go Servant up to 4, Rampager down to 2. Which just like maxes out the amount of energy we can have whilst deploying all our creatures. I don't really know that Marvel lost to much, to be honest. Although apparently the win rates on Marvel weren't actually that high. They were only like a bit above 50%. It's just that it always felt way worse than that, and it was such a bad play experience for everyone. Even if the deck wasn't like actually oppressive as such, it was just such a heinous play experience. Yeah, Rampage is seeing a bit of play in some lists. The mono-green lists vary a lot though. This is just like the one I like the most. Ooh. Okay. Still super dead on board. Oh, wait, no, that's adorable. They can untap the Glorybringer. And they're still dead on board. Never mind. Yeah, because they can exert on a creature. But we still just have 2 creatures to their 1 blocker. When they're on 2 life. This is actually gross against Gauta, right? This is disgusting against Gauta. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet line, even if it doesn't do anything. Not really, Amy. It's like, they had no good plays available to them. Misplay was the attack the previous turn? Yeah, agreed. They should have held back the Phoenix to block, I think. Do I want these Hour of Glories? They answer Phoenixes and Glorybringers, so I probably want them. We can like cut some Scroungers on the draw. Have like the most heinous curve ever. Oh my god. This curve is actually heinous. I think I like this though. I just don't want to cast Llanowar Elves against the Chain Whirler Walking Ballista deck. Yeah, there are only 4 black sources. But we've got like Adventurous Impulse and Servant though that are like partial black sources. It is a bit awkward. But the problem is you can't really put Swamp in your like your Silver Leaf, Steel Leaf Champion deck happily. We could bring in Nature's Way. I don't know how I feel about that. On the draw, I worry that they just like kill our 5/4 and then we never get to Nature's Way anything. I think I'm gonna run it like this. I'm a bit worried about these Gauters when they have an Angrath in their deck. Like, obviously it's bad against Disintegration, but yeah, the Servants have been helping out a bit with the Black Splash, which is nice. How does one cast turn on Llanowar Elves if they're in the sideboard? An excellent question, Tanner. I assume this hand's too bad, right? It's just like... This feels like really close to me. So the problem is... Like, we don't do anything till turn 3, which is going to be the case of a fair few hands with no elves in the deck. But also, we need to hit like lands. The Brontodons aren't the best in this matchup. Maybe it's fine though. I think this is okay. It's probably fine. Sky Sovereign is like very, very good. If we can draw a couple lands. And Bronus is one of the best threats in the matchup. I guess we keep this. I'm not in love with it though, I could see it going badly. Awesome. Servant of the Conduit is a great draw. Now we just need to draw a land, and we're like very sorted with this hand. Alright. Please don't kill my mana dork. My mana dork wants to live. No. Hashtag never drawing a land. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. PNLR. Sure. Uh-huh. And like that, the 4-1 dream is dead. I guess we have to play Ronus this turn. And then we hope to hit a land, so we can go Steel Leaf with Blossoming Defense backup and attack with the Ronus. That, like, would kind of work out for us. If they cast the Karn, we might not even need the Blossoming Defense. Nope, they're not casting the Karn. So we need a land this turn, because land would let us go Steel Leaf, protect it with defense, so that we get to attack Chandra. Okay. Phoenix is a problem. Like, I can cast Steel Leaf. Then I take 7. Yeah, I'm just dead. I can't actually win this game from here. Because I'm going to be taking 7 next turn. Because they just killed my Steel Leaf. It's kind of a sad end to the league. We had, like, such high hopes. And then Chain Whirlers happened. Pariah. This does not seem very good. Chain Whirler is such an obnoxious Magic card. Maybe I'm just not meant to board out my Llanowar Elves, and I just like hope they don't have Chain Whirlers or Ballistas in their like opening 10 cards. Like, we definitely came out the gates very slowly that game, and Llanowar Elves would have helped that a lot. That's interesting. This deck's felt like surprisingly real though. We beat our first 2 mid-range decks we played against with it, and we beat blue-white control, and then we lost 2 vehicles and 2 black-green snake. Yeah, extra lands could be fine, for sure. No, I almost just want more Servant of the Conduits. Is that crazy? That card was like really good. Like, it was really nice with these Harvesters. It's kind of nice with the Rampages. It doesn't die to Chain Whirler. It just gives you more ramp to like let you do that consistently. The Servants were really nice. How do I feel about the blue-black mid-range deck that's floating around? I haven't played with it yet. It's looked perfectly fine when I've played against it, though. I'd be a bit worried that I feel like those sort of decks always struggle against control decks. But I wouldn't mind giving a deck like the blue-black mid-range deck a try. I wouldn't go as far as cutting Llanowar Elves for it. I think that would be silly. But I don't know, Servant was like really solid. I've not seen Servant in many of the lists either. I feel like lots of people are playing Merfolk Branchwalker, which seems really bad. They're playing like Merfolk Branchwalker and Jade Light Guardian, both of which I think are just not very good cards. And Murfolk Branch Walker's like even worse now there's Jane Whirler around. Because like its best mode just gets incinerated by that card. Yeah, I can see that being the case, Tanner. I might give it a try at some point. On the 12-hour streams, I'm going to be playing a lot of different, like, Esper Shard decks, I imagine. There's a blue-black control deck I want to try out. There's a blue-black mid-range deck I want to try out. Obviously, I want to give blue-white some more time in the sun. I really love that deck. Anyway,